Hello, Reds fans. Welcome to the YNWA Transfer News Channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your daily latest news.
Liverpool transfer news as Kanate and Rodrigo swap agreed amid striker contact. After an emotional day for all involved at Liverpool, the Reds' preseason preparations are now well underway as they plan for next season's title defense. Tributes were paid to Diogo Jota and Andre Silva throughout Sunday's friendly with Preston, with Darwin Nunez and Cody Gakpo replicating their former teammates' iconic celebrations during the 3-1 win as fans sang Jota's name throughout, leading to some incredible scenes at full-time between the supporters and players. Having taken that difficult first step after what has been a painful couple of weeks for the club, Liverpool will now be looking ahead to the rest of the summer, with a tour to Asia next up for Arne Slot and his men. Not only that, but sporting director Richard Hughes may be looking at securing some more new signings, with plenty of big names still being linked. Here is the Liverpool.com verdict on the transfer gossip to emerge around the Reds today. Kanate, Liverpool to Real Madrid. Reports in Spain are suggesting that Liverpool has agreed a sensational swap deal with Real Madrid, which could see Kanate and Rodrigo moving in opposite directions. Kanate is being linked with a move to the Bernabeu, while Rodrigo looks as though he could leave Madrid amid suggestions Xabi Alonso is open to him moving on. Defensa Central claims the two players could now make the switch as part of the same deal. It's said that the Reds are willing to offer Kanate to Real in exchange for Rodrigo, with an extra $41 million thrown in as part of the deal. While it is described as tempting for Madrid, the Spanish giant is said to want more money for their Brazilian, who is valued at around $117 million. Benjamin Sesko, RB Leipzig. Benjamin Sesko's camp has made contact with Liverpool and 3 other Premier League clubs, according to TBR Football. It's claimed that the RB Leipzig striker's representatives have touched base with the Reds, as well as Chelsea, Manchester United and Newcastle to keep all 4 clubs updated on his situation. Sesko had been linked with a move to Arsenal, although with the Gunners now looking to be closing in on Victor Gyökeres, it seems he might be hoping to still secure a move to the Premier League, although staying put at Leipzig hasn't been ruled out either. Exclusive: Liverpool ready to offer record deal to sign best striker in world. Reds boss Arne Slot is determined to upgrade his squad in the aftermath of being crowned the 2024-25 Premier League champions, resulting in Jeremy Frimpong sealing a £29.5 million switch following Trent Alexander-Arnold's decision to join Real Madrid instead of penning a new long-term contract. Germany international Wirtz is on course to be announced as Liverpool's latest recruit in the coming days, having agreed a deal worth up to £116.5 million last week. But the Merseyside heavyweights have set their sights on splashing even more cash as they make preparations for their title defense. Reds prepared to splash cash in Isac pursuit. Liverpool are ready to shatter the British transfer record for a second time in quick succession as they remain determined to sign Isac if he is genuinely available, according to GMS sources, and they are prepared to lodge an offer worth £100 million plus add-ons, which would see the overall package surpass the figure agreed with Bayer Leverkusen for Wirtz. The 25-year-old Sweden international has been described as the best striker in the world thanks to his form in a Newcastle shirt, and, having grabbed what proved to be the winner in the Carabao Cup final during the 2024 out of 25 campaign, the Reds saw firsthand how deadly he can be when opportunities come his way. GMS sources have been informed that Isac is Liverpool's dream target as they go in search of landing a new big-name centre-forward, leading to them being keen to discover whether Newcastle would be willing to sanction his departure in the aftermath of enjoying a prolific season at St. James Park. The Reds are in line to finalize the acquisition of Milos Kerkez next week, which will come as a significant boost as the Bournemouth man has been their primary left-back target this summer. But Slot is also eager to ensure he heads into next term with additional firepower at his disposal. Newcastle's qualification for the Champions League has resulted in it being increasingly likely that Isac will only be sold if a bid upwards of £150 million is lodged, GMS sources have learned, but Liverpool have already given indications that they are open to spending big if it becomes clear that he will be sold at the right price. Nunez funds would be put towards Isac deal. GMS sources have been told that Liverpool's desire to recruit Isac has increased as fellow frontman Darwin Nunez is expected to depart after finding himself on the radar of Napoli, Atletico Madrid and Saudi Pro League sides, with the intention being to put any funds from his exit towards securing his replacement. The Reds rejected a £59 million offer from Al Nassr during the winter transfer window, with the Anfield hierarchy being keen not to offload members of their squad when they were in the midst of a title pursuit, but they would be willing to accept an offer of the same value for the Uruguayan ahead of the new season. Liverpool transfer news: Jean-Philippe Mateta contact, Rodrigo swap, Alexander Isac decision. After an emotional day for everyone involved at Liverpool, the Reds' preseason preparations are now well and truly underway as they begin to look ahead to next season's Premier League title defence. Tributes were paid to Diogo Jota throughout Sunday's friendly win over Preston as Liverpool's number 20 and his brother Andre Silva were commemorated. The emotional scenes at full-time were a fitting tribute, with Darwin Nunez and Cody Gakpo pulling out their former teammates' iconic celebrations during the game. With a tour to Asia up next for Arne Slot's men, Liverpool will be looking to step things up this summer, which may also see more new signings arriving, with plenty of big names still being linked with a move to Anfield. Reports in Spain are suggesting a sensational swap deal has been agreed between the Reds and Real Madrid, with Kanate and Rodrigo moving in opposite directions. Meanwhile, Newcastle looks to have made a decision on Alexander Isac's future, while Liverpool is said to have been in contact with another striker. Follow all the latest Liverpool transfer news and rumors with our live updates below. We'll have all the latest throughout the day. Liverpool's transfer priority. Liverpool is prioritizing an elite striker for its next edition in the transfer market, according to The Athletic. The outlet reports Liverpool currently do not have an established first choice in the middle, with Alexander Isac and Hugo Ekitike still on the club's radar. Victor Gyökeres and Victor Osimhen have also been considered. Newcastle's stance on Isac. As per the Times, Newcastle United's pursuit of Hugo Ekitike does not mean that Alexander Isac will definitely leave this summer, although the report adds a move for the Eintracht Frankfurt forward would have significant financial implications. Liverpool is known to be admirers, claims the Times. Luis Diaz alternative. Bayern Munich has identified Arsenal forward Leandro Trossard as an alternative to Luis Diaz because of Liverpool's reluctance to sell the 28-year-old, according to Bild. Diaz has been one player looked at by Bayern Munich after it failed to sign Nico Williams. However, the Reds' stance has been a firm one up to now. Having sold Anthony Elanga for $74 million, £55 million, Nottingham Forest has joined the list of suitors for Liverpool winger Ben Doak. The Scotland international was on loan at Middlesbrough last season and did well. He was decent enough against Preston North End on Sunday. However, getting game time ahead of Mohamed Salah on the right wing is going to be tough. It might make sense for him to move on, though he won't be sold on the cheap. Arne Slot's side could do with a number 9 coming in. However, Nkunku would be a gamble given how little he has played since moving to Stamford Bridge. Arsenal agrees on Victor Gyökeres' fee. Arsenal has agreed a fee for Sporting CP striker Victor Gyökeres, The Independent reports. It is worth an initial fee of $73 million, £55 million, with another $12 million, £9 million, in add-ons. Wolves midfielder Andre linked. Liverpool, Manchester United and Juventus are all interested in signing Andre Trindade from Wolves this summer, according to TudoJuve. He was extensively linked with a move to Anfield before moving to the Premier League in 2024. However, he has been a steady performer without pulling up many trees since then. Darwin Nunez latest. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Fabrizio Romano says Darwin Nunez's future remains in the balance. Nunez continues to wait for Napoli, but he can't wait forever, despite other significant offers, Romano said. Everyone is waiting for Napoli to make a decision regarding the striker and figure out which path they will take. Darwin Nunez has important opportunities in Saudi Arabia, so it's clear he can't wait forever for Napoli. Eintracht Frankfurt forward Hugo Ekitike is a top target for Newcastle United, according to Fabrizio Romano. He reports that the Northeast side is pushing to reach an agreement for him, and today submitted an opening offer. Ekitike, of course, has been put forward as an option for Liverpool. However, Frankfurt is demanding a huge sum of around $117 million, £87 million, as things stand. No one should be thinking about paying that. Liverpool goalkeeper Georgi Mamardashvili says he wants to write his own chapter at Anfield, having grown up watching a variety of players in his position excel. When I was a child, I always watched some videos on YouTube of goalkeepers, and I remember some Liverpool goalkeepers as well, Mamardashvili told the Reds' official website. I remember Jerzy Dudek and then Pepe Reina and now Alisson Becker. Liverpool has a big goalkeeper legacy and I want to try to write my own chapter in this goalkeeper's legacy. Of course, what I can tell about Ali, he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world right now and I am so happy to work with him. I can't wait to start to work with him and learn from him. Of course it will be a challenge. I like challenges and I'm here to just give my best and help the team. West Ham in for Harvey Elliott. West Ham United is confident that it could prize Harvey Elliott away from Liverpool this summer, while Graham Potter could go for Tyler Morton too. That is according to The Guardian. The Hammers have money to spend after selling Mohamed Kudus to Spurs last week and both England U21 internationals are expected to be on the move. Liverpool has been linked with Crystal Palace's 28-year-old forward Jean-Philippe Matita today. Here's Thierry Henry's verdict on the striker. He's an old-fashioned striker, you can play a little more direct, Henry said last summer. He can keep the ball. He's a boring striker to play against, he doesn't lose the ball much, and he goes at the last defender. He uses his physicality, he's good with his head, and he scores. It's important that a striker like that gives you another dimension. He was also voted Player of the Year at Crystal Palace. It seems to me that he's not too bad. Liverpool's preparations for the 2025-26 Premier League title defence are well underway now after opening pre-season with victory over Preston on Sunday. An emotional day at Deepdale saw Diogo Jota and Andre Silva commemorated beautifully, with Darwin Nunez and Cody Gakpo paying a fitting tribute to their former teammate on the pitch as Jota's name was sung by supporters throughout. As Liverpool begins to return to something resembling normality following the most difficult couple of weeks, thoughts will of course be on the new season, with Arne Slot looking to defend the title he claimed in his first year in charge. With more games to come before the Premier League campaign gets underway against Bournemouth on August 15th, there are still plenty of questions remaining for the Liverpool boss following Sunday's 3-1 win. Liverpool.com has taken a look at some of the most pressing matters for Slot after the Preston game, and you can read them here. YNWA singer feared bursting into tears. The singer who performed before Liverpool's pre-season friendly against Preston has admitted she was afraid she would burst into tears during her tribute to Diogo Jota. Before kickoff, Preston paid its own tribute with a number of gestures, including from Claudia Rose Maguire, who sang a rendition of You'll Never Walk Alone in honor of Jota. Maguire has now revealed how she didn't want to look at the fans during her performance out of the fear she would have just burst into tears. Speaking after Chelsea won the Club World Cup by beating PSG 3-0 in the final, Blues star Pedro Neto said, "I said I would win it for Diogo and Andre. This one is for them and their families, and we are really happy." Neto also took to Instagram to dedicate the victory to his Portugal and former Wolves teammate, Jota, as he wrote, "This one's for you, partner D." Liverpool's Matita talks. Liverpool has reportedly made contact about the possibility of signing Jean-Philippe Matita from Crystal Palace. Food Mercado says that Liverpool believes Matita will be attainable for a lower price than the other players it has been linked with, like Alexander Isac, Hugo Ekitike and Ademola Lookman. A price tag of between €50 million, $58 million, and €60 million, $70 million, is being touted. Thanks for watching. Like and comment. Subscribe.